Have you ever been on a first date and just felt it? You know, that instant spark, that immediate click that you just can't explain? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on what's really going on. We're diving deep into the hidden science behind first date attraction, and let me tell you, it's way more about biology than you might think.
So is that incredible feeling just a lucky roll of the dice? Just random chance? Or is there actual literal chemistry happening between you two? The material we're looking at today suggests that what feels like magic really has a powerful biological explanation. So, yeah, let's get into it.
Right. You might think it's all about having riz or saying the perfect thing, but according to the science, the real action is happening on a totally different level, a molecular level. We're going to be talking about two key players here, MHC molecules and norepinephrine. Trust me, these are the real MVPs of attraction.
Okay, so let's start decoding this attraction blueprint. We're going to go way past the surface level stuff and look at the invisible biological language that's being spoken between you and your date, whether you realize it or not.
It's so easy to chalk up attraction to the obvious things, right? You think that electric vibe you're feeling is all because of your amazing charm. But really, that's norepinephrine lighting up your nervous system. You think it's their killer good looks? It's probably a deep, subconscious reaction to their MHC molecules. And those smooth lines you're dropping, they're just a tiny part of a huge, complex dance your nervous system is doing.
So what on earth are these MHC molecules? Well, think of them as your body's own unique scent signature. It's kind of like a biological resume that your date is reading, subconsciously, of course. It's telling them all about how healthy your immune system is and how diverse your genes are. And the craziest part? They're reading all this through their nose.
And what about norepinephrine? This is the stuff that powers your fight or flight response. But on a first date, it's what creates that buzz. That incredible energy, that laser focus where the rest of the world just fades away. It's basically your body screaming, hey, pay attention, something important is happening right now. Okay, so now that we've got the basic chemistry down, let's talk strategy. Because the source material we're looking at suggests there's a real art to making that first move. And it's all about creating a sense of, well, scarcity.
So our source makes a really interesting point here. Being too available, too eager, can actually work against you sometimes. The idea is that if you seem constantly available, it can lower your perceived value. You want to be seen as a unique opportunity, not just another person in the room.
So the source actually lays out this specific technique. First, you spot the person you're interested in. Now, instead of making a beeline for them, you casually walk past them. Then you turn back and just offer a simple hi. The thinking here is that this little bit of misdirection creates a moment of intrigue. It kind of hangs a metaphorical limited edition sign on you. All right, let's move on. The approach is done, things are in motion, and now we're circling right back to those MHC molecules. This is where something called the subconscious sniff test comes into play, and it is a critical, unspoken part of any first date.
And this isn't just some wild theory. It's actually backed by some seriously fascinating research. The most famous experiment is often just called the sweaty t-shirt study, and what it found was incredible evidence that our noses are making these super complex compatibility decisions all without us even knowing it.
So what did this study actually do? Well, women were asked to smell t-shirts that men had worn for 2 days straight, and the results were stunning. They almost always prefer the scents of men whose MHC molecules were the most different from their own. Why? Because on a deep evolutionary level, that difference signals a great genetic match, one that could lead to offspring with a stronger, more varied immune system. So, you know that old saying, opposites attract? Turns out it's literally true, at least for our immune systems.
All right, the approach has been made, the subconscious sniff test is happening, and now we're building to the climax of the first date, the first kiss. And this isn't just about romance, people. This is a high-stakes chemical test. This is the finale. And that's the thing you have to understand. A first kiss is so much more than just lips touching. It's a massive exchange of chemical information. We're talking hormones, pheromones, all sorts of genetic data getting swapped back and forth. This one single moment can either cement a connection or completely shatter it.
So basically, that kiss leads to a fork in the road. There are really only two outcomes. If the chemical signals are a mismatch, your nervous system can just slam on the emergency brake. That's it, connection over. But if the signals are a match, your nervous system hits the gas hard. Attraction gets triggered and the bond gets deeper.
And when that chemical test is a home run, the physical reaction is just undeniable. Your pupils dilate, you get this sudden surge of energy. That same fight or flight system we talked about gets a massive jolt. It's that feeling of being totally supercharged, a crystal clear sign from your body that, yep, you found a good match.
So, what's the big takeaway from all this? Well, the next time you're on a date and you feel that incredible, totally unexplainable spark, just ask yourself, is this really love at first sight? Or, as the science seems to suggest, is it actually love at first sniff? Definitely something to think about.